Greetings, this is Skylar Saunders seeing What's Current. In the words of the great Mr. Troy Star Terrain, we got him! We got him! Rapper Blueface is going to prison for 4 years. Now it's unclear, if that would be reduced sentence or he could possibly get, time served at home or something like that. But for right now, because he violated a probation had originated in January, he's been locked up since January. Actually, what was that 7 months ago? It's sorry to say, my nigga, that's what happens. You get caught up in the lifestyle. You're shooting in the cars that are occupied. That's a I don't know if they said it was a I think they did say it was a felony. But it was definitely a violation. It was definitely a violation. So, and of course, they're saying prayers up, and telling people to pray for their son, the father, and Christian is in the mix. She's here's a quote from Hot New Hip Hop, and she is also currently incarcerated and might be looking at an 8-year sentence for drug charges. So this is what I've been talking about. This is Sid Vicious and I can't remember his girlfriend. Hold on, let me pull that up. Sid Vicious and Sid and Nancy. Sid and Nancy. This is Courtney Love and Chris Cobain for the hip hop world. That's what this is all about. They can't get out of their own way. He's got like a half a hit that I can think of is Tatiana. He raps off beat. He has a whole different style about him. But he's going away for 4 years at least, or until they probably reduce the sentencing. But will the booty boys, will the booty warriors, will they be looking for him? He's not a bad looking guy. I don't know. They might look at him as fresh meat, but I think he has the Crips on his side. I know they're probably gonna look for him and make sure they take care of him behind the bars. Prison is just a big collectivist, conundrum. That's all it is. That's one thing that people say, oh, should we be teaching about rehabilitation or punishment? They should be teaching about if rehabilitation is and punishment, they should be thinking about individualism. That's the thing they should be concerned with. If you want to be in a group, make sure it's a group of like-minded individuals. That phrase that's been repeated often throughout the decades. You should be in not because of skin color, not because you wear this color flag or bandana or something like that. It should be because you have a chess club, you have acting club, you have a playwriting club, something like that, a mathematics course, something that goes along with those lines. So Blueface is he's been involved in these different altercations and different things. He's a hothead. That's one of the reasons why this should cool him down. He's been locked up behind bars, as I've said previously, as aforementioned 7 months. So this is pretty big. This is pretty big for the hip hop crew, for people that are following these young guns on their way up. He seems like he's descending now. Seems like this is gonna be a mark against him because he's a father of what? I don't even know how many kids. He's got multiple children. He's got multiple the whole night. What is going on? What now it's down to 2. If it gets down to 0, what is going on? What now it's down to 2. If it gets down to 0 people, I'm definitely going to okay, now it's going the clock is ticking, so it means that you can still hear me. You may not be able to see me, my wonderful face, but you can still hear my voice. All right, so yeah, Blueface, people are checking for him. Somebody's checking for him. He has, like I said, off the strength of one song, I think, that went platinum, but he has other songs, of course, in his repertoire. But that's the one thing, Tatiana. Like, and the offbeat rapping and everything like that, that's cool for him. That's good. That's something that is a boon for him. But it looks like he's going to be facing down at least a year. I think he's going to do a buck. 100, not a buck 100, but $1, a buck. I think he's going to do at least a $1 bid, $1 bid, a 1 year bid, and the judge is probably going to have some lenience on him. No, he hasn't dropped any bodies on record. He hasn't dropped any, people, and he hasn't gone up in anybody's homes. You're saying good. What's good, Emily? And how are you doing this evening? Can you see my face? Can you hear my voice? Am I frozen? Am I frozen on the broadcast? It looks like I'm frozen on my end, but the clock is still ticking. So if you can hear me, that's all I care about. I don't really want my beautiful face to be shown all the time. My handsome face. But Ebony, tell me, what is good? Is the audio good? Is the visual? Can you see me? Him getting some time, he's cocky. Okay, it's all right, Ebony. But what about my stream? What does my stream look like? Am I frozen? Can you still hear me? I can hear you. No see you though. No see though. Okay. As long as you can hear me, I don't care. This is gonna go way up. Tell somebody about me, Ebony. Thank you for coming through. I appreciate it. Yeah, Blueface. I think it's good too. I think this is gonna be a lesson in what to do and what not to do. And this is a great example of somebody given great opportunities to flourish, to thrive, to be great. And he just pissed him away. He has, influence. He has the abilities. I wouldn't say he's such a great rapper, but some people are following him. People are trying to get his lead. But so, of course, like I said, they're sending up prayers and saying hallelujah and thank you and please Jesus, please protect him and all this stuff. You know how it goes. Because they said Jesus is going to help Blueface. Is he going to have another card? Will he have an ace? Oh, I don't know. Will this go? Will this happen? Or will it not show? Is he all right? Said, is he all right? He's the wrong example of a leader. Exactly. I would agree to that. He is not he's one of the worst persons to ever be kind of as a leader. He actually because he allegedly violated probation, and stemming from a shooting, I think it was outside of a club, and he shot into the car, which is I think a felony in California. So that's his, that's gonna be his claim to fame so far. That's my little. I was supposed to be a preacher. I was supposed to be a preacher. Trust me. I was supposed to be a preacher man. My dad's a minister, so the apple doesn't fall too far. Yeah, he's since the 4 years. 4 years, gotta get his head right. I hope he serves all 4 years. I don't want him to be, we're gonna be lenient. We're gonna give him a year and a half. You always get to serve a year and a half. That's it. That's all you got to have. No, I want him to serve the 4 full years. That'll get his mindset right. That'll get his thoughts together. That'll continue to be on the right path. When he's given so many opportunities, not everybody can be a hit-making rapper. No matter how trash his bars are, no matter how whack his songs are, he's still somebody that is able to create something and be on the forefront of something that thousands, if not millions of people would love to have. And he's just pissing it away, like I said. Him and Rock need some time to sit and think. Yeah, she's got her own sentence that could go up to 8 years. I mean, they're just a car collision. They're a traffic stop. They're a trash. They're a train wreck. I mean, it's, in all senses of the word. There's gonna be a movie. I might have to write it. I'll write the movie. Krishan and Blueface, something like that. Or Blueface and Krishan, something like that. Just they're turbulent lives. They have completely turbulent lives. Yeah, being cocky instead of being confident, thinking he owns everything subjectively, not objectively, not in the sense of saying that he earned it. He earned a plaque. He earned platinum plaque. That's great, but he doesn't earn the respect of everybody around him just because you got a famous uh, personality and you're out there in the world and you're doing all these things. That doesn't mean that you're at all at the caliber of somebody that is of morals, ethics, and values and virtues. You're not at that level. Blue Rock going bad. Hey, Ebony, you might shoot. I might have to pay you something so I can take that title. That's a good title. Blue Rock gone bad. On top of him getting hit time, Krishan Rock got 8. That's what I said. 8 years. That's what I was just saying that. She got 8 years. They're both locked up together, but not in the same cell, obviously. But they're at the same time. It's not what you do. It's how I do it. It's not what you do. It's how I do it. Okay, I can get down with that. I think is that a title? That's another title, right? No, I know what you mean. I know exactly what you're talking about. It's like they're on they set themselves on a course for this failure and disaster. How you do how you do it. It's not what you do. It's how you do it. Okay, got you. That makes sense. I understand what you're saying. Yeah, that's Ernest. I thought that I was just talking to Ebony, and I didn't even see who was talking. It was Ernest Edwards. Salute to you, Edwards. You can't see me, so I don't know. But honestly, they'll both get out and make a show out of it. Yeah, I can see that. VH1 will snap it up. The ratings will go through the roof, and they'll go back to their crazy, wild, slippery lives. That's the way it goes. That's how this whole thing plays out. I can't see it happening any other way. And Krishan will get like 3 years or something like that instead of 8 years. She'll 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 toss the salad. She'll have seafood sandwiches, and seafood burger and fur burgers. Allegedly, but yeah, drama sells. Yes, instead of what it'll be, Zeus Network. Not sure where you're going with that, but I can understand. I think a little bit of what you're saying. It'll be Zeus Network. Is that what you meant? It'll be Zeus Network. But yeah, it'll be on VH1. They'll come back. They'll say, how, oh yeah, we was in prison, girl. That's her, you know what I'm saying? And then Blueface like, yeah, I did my bid. I did my time. It was all right, but now I'm back to getting this music out, rapping over beats, all off beat, saying corny lines, saying whack lines. So that's the whole thing that gets me. I've been covering this story for the past, I don't know, at least at the beginning of my doing this show, I've had, I think, at least 3 episodes that were dedicated to Blueface and Krishan. And like I said before, Sid Vicious, look up if you're just a kid, if you're kind of young, you're not familiar with these names. Sid Vicious and Nancy, and Kurt Cobain and Courtney Love. They are the hip hop version. Sometimes I hate to compare, but it's very close. They have that turbulent lifestyle. They have that weird, but they're in the cameras, they're in the light, they're in the limelight. And it just seems like it just goes on from there. It just blossoms and blooms into some, what are called? What are they called? The the dead flowers or something, or flowers of the dead that just stink. Instead of flower, stop and smell the roses. Yeah, smell the roses. Don't smell the death flower. I think it's called the death flower or something like that. Let me make sure. I'm gonna get 100% sure what I'm talking about because I'm just riffing now. I'm looking for it now. Corpse flowers. That's what they're called. They have a corpse flower instead of a rose situation. They're with the corpse flowers. Just they bloom and it's just stinks. It's just nasty, just ugly, just awful. I can Tina, yeah, but yeah. That's true too. That's a good one. Sid and Nancy, Ike and Tina, Kurt and Courtney. Just disastrous. Just nasty situations. Abuse, all that. So that's a good example. Thank you for coming up with that. I was thinking about white. I was thinking about the white people. I was thinking about white people and their mess because they're not. Just because you're white doesn't mean you're right, and just because you're black doesn't mean you're white. You're right. So, yeah. So that's another good example, Ernest. Thank you. Ike and Tina. That's a good example. So yeah. So Blueface. What happened? Like, where did it all go wrong? He's got a temper. He's got a heavy temper. He's part of the Crip set. He discharged the weapon, and then shot into an occupied vehicle. So that's a definite violation, if not a felony. And he's been sentenced to 4 years. 4 years, which I think he's only going to do about a year and a half. Probably. That's what usually happens. He's probably going to get out on good behavior or lesser sentence, something like that. The sad part is the child that's involved. Exactly. The children. He's got multiple kids. He has a baby with Krishan, at least one, I think there's two. But I'm gonna make 100% sure. Let me see how many he's got. He has 3 children. This is from Wikipedia. He dated Krishan Rock from 2020 to 2023, and in January 2023, Malone announced that she was pregnant with her first child by him. Their son Krishan Jesus or Jesus Malone Jr. was born on September 3rd, 2023. In December 2019, Blueface garnered backlash after he posted a video of himself standing on top of a black SUV and throwing cash into a crowd of people in Skid Row, a notoriously poverty-stricken area of Los Angeles. Although some saw it as a good gesture, it was criticized as dehumanizing. Well, I just think it's a waste of time and it's a waste of effort. If you want to really help out people, you don't give them cash money. You get the government the hell out of the economy. Get them the hell out. Edge government out. Have an ego. Ernest says, at least with the other children, it seems they are in good hands. I don't even know who has chosen Rock's baby right now. I don't know. I have no idea either. I guess her parent, Krishan Rocks, I said. But I think her parents must have taken up the slack. I think their parents are probably, his parents and her parents are going back and forth. His only studio album is ironically called Find the Beat, released under Cash Money and Republic. And it topped the top 70 charts. It didn't even crack into the 60s, to the 50s. It's in the top 70s. But he's got money. He's got at least probably $250,000 to $1 million, something like that. He's got 2 gold records, 3 gold records, and 2 platinum. 2 platinum singles. that were released in 2019. And of course, his famous one is Tatiana, which is to America, it's platinum. Marsha, who's Marsha? His mother or father don't want the baby. I think he meant baby be her best friend, but her best friend came out on got the baby before CPS got involved. Oh, I think cops. Is that what you meant? Yeah. So it's messy, child. It's messy, child. It's a mess. Whew. I mean, when you have so much, like that's the part that really pisses me off. There's people that are like struggling. This is a guy who's trying to write rhymes in his basement. You know, his baby's crying. He's got like a quarter of a key in his closet. He's trying to get out of the game, but he still hasn't made it. He did a few shows maybe in Wilmington, Delaware, and he's still trying to make it. He has a pass. He was locked up for 2 years. He just got out, and he's living at his parents' house, and he's trying to do the right thing. And then this guy, Blueface, has everything right for him. He's a good looking guy, like I said. Had Krishan, which she's a medium looking girl. She's not bad looking. Maybe the sex is fire, maybe. But I don't see this as having a good outcome either way. I think he's probably going to get a fight in jail or prison. Excuse me, not jail. He's in jail now, I think, but he's going to be in prison. Oh, CPS, Child Protective Service. Got you. Child Protective Service. All right. CPS is Child Protective Services. Okay. Got you. So, I mean, it's a mess all around. It takes that much of an effort to try to, live your life well. He had a great life before this prison sentence. I mean, for what he made of it, he's got children. He's got a girlfriend that's die hard. Got a goddamn tattoo of his name on her face. That's ride or die right there. No matter what happens, and he's got his child, birthed through her. You have to at least respect that amount. The fact that he was trying to do something. He even has an album called Too Cocky. An extended play that didn't even chart. And it's on digital download and streaming. And it still didn't chart on US R&B and hip hop, or Canada. Those are the only markets he's been, able to reach. He had a boxing career. He tried to have some kind of stability, even though I'm not a huge fan of boxing unless it's like Mayweather, and I know he's probably going to knock somebody out. And now that's what he did before he retired, or he's going to win the fight because he was a smart fighter. He knew about the point system. But he was with the Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. He made his debut in a special gloved match against TikToker Kane Trujillo on July 23rd, 2021 at BKFC 19. Blueface defeated Trujillo via unanimous decision after 3 rounds. So he's got some hands. So if he goes to prison, if they don't have a shank or something, or they have a hot rod or something like that, or a hot plate that they cook their ramen noodles on, he has a chance. He has a chance to put it up because prison is unforgiving. Prison is very unforgiving. We all know that. But at the same time, that's just a cliche. Because like you can see in the movie Sing Sing coming out with Coleman Domingo, there's also a chance for people that have the ability to elevate from their current station, from where they are. So that I think is very important. In April 2023, Blueface fought English TikToker Ed Matthews as a wild card bout on the high-stakes tournament quarterfinals undercard at Wembley Arena in London, England. Blueface defeated Matthews via technical knockout in the 5th round. This guy's got hands. I'm not going to deny that. That's at least somewhat constructive. He may have that, to be able to defend himself against people that are older and stronger and bigger. He's got hands on him, so he might have the chance to break through and actually do something of quality while he's in prison. He may have to work on his skills some more. May be able to rap some more. He'll probably I always say this is like what Mr. Troy Star Terrain says. It's gonna be hot, warm in the winters and cool in the summer. He'll have yoga. He'll probably walk dogs. He'll have dental care, medical care. He'll have all kinds of amenities afforded to him. He's gonna have counseling and psychologists analyzing him and stuff like that. So it could be what we often attribute prison to be, which is true to an extent. Rape and terrible scarring, buck 50s and everything like that, incarcerated scar faces and stuff like that. But it doesn't have to be. It doesn't necessarily have to be that way. So I would say, there is a definite amount of what can be explained during this whole process. I mean, it just screams of a Tina Turner, Sid Vicious, Tina Turner and Ike Turner, Sid Vicious, Nancy, Courtney Love, and Kurt Cobain kind of relationship. It's just all over the place. It's just bird shit. It's everywhere. It's all over the place. It's it's a shame. It really is. Like, I think Ebony said this, or Ernest, one of you guys said this, one of you E's said this. Something for the children. The children. That's what's really is so important, because they don't have to be. They were born into this. They were born into this world, so they have to endure the fact that their parents are complete nut jobs and complete I guess you could say screw ups. Because they screwed up opportunities. I think they missed out on a lot of bags, too. If not just their freedom. Obviously, that's the most important. Because you can be free and not have a dollar to your name. And you're still richer than the richest person in prison. The billionaire fraudsters and stuff like that. You're richer than them. They can still have their... some of them had their billions taken from them, obviously. But some of them still have them frozen, in a separate account offshore, something like that. But they can't do anything with it. They can't make a private charter to an island in Guam or the United States Virgin Islands or Tahiti or somewhere like that, because they're in prison. They're locked up. Yeah, Ernest Edwards says, "Oh, definitely missed out on some money." Yeah, definitely missed out on the bag. They missed out on a whole lot of bags, I'm sure. And he missed it on bugs. If he's technically knocking out people, if he has unanimous decisions in boxing, the kid's got hands. He's got hands. So, and I'm sure he's pretty smart. I think he might be kind of bright. I don't think he's a super dummy. He did some dumb things, but I don't think he's dumb necessarily. He's not like goes out of his way. He's a hothead. That's the reason why. He's smart, but he's a hothead. That's the difference. That's the sad difference. So that's what I'm talking about. That's the weird world we live in. The weird world in which we live. Where we have these famous people, these people with money and power, and to a certain degree, to a certain extent, that don't know what to do with themselves. They get in their own way. They can't get out of their own way. So, for Blueface and for his longtime girlfriend / baby mama, Salute to them because prison seems like it's on the way. All right, I have to do some self-promotion. I know it's going to go down to 0 now, but I have to do self-promotion. On vocal.media, vocal.media, go to Vessel Control Part 2. That's VESSEL space CONTROL space Part PART 2. II, not the number 2, but II, because I want it to be special. I want it to be a little, I want it to be kind of fancy. But yeah, go to Vessel Control Part 2 on vocal.media. I have I have it in my images on this particular broadcast, even though it's locked. I'm frozen. As long as you guys can hear me, I can tell you about it. My story centers around a rear admiral on a ship in space, and he's about to celebrate his 35th, or about to go to a dinner to celebrate his 35 years of service. And there's a captain, he's a CO. He's a commanding officer, and the executive officer is a woman, Melita Vereen, and his name is Rodney Carr, and he's got something planned for himself. He has it already in his mind what he's going to do, and what you have to figure out is what is it he's going to do after his celebration, and that resolves it. And there's a little bit of drama between the captain and the commander of the ship. She makes sure that she puts her in her place in a sense, because she didn't want to necessarily go through all the changes that occur. So it's a quick read. It's only about 6 minutes. You'll love it. You'll share it. That's the main thing, sharing it. And it's up for it's been nominated for a challenge. The challenge is worth $600. I know it doesn't seem like a much, but it's a lot to me, because I want to be first place. I want the gold. Okay, I want to get gold. I want to get first place for this story. I want it to be really special. I think it's one of my best works, if not my best work. Let me say it's my best work. Not even one of my best works. It's my best work so far. Let me say that much. Can I be confident? Not cocky. I just want to be confident. Not cocky like Blueface. And he has the C. See, can I go back to Blueface real quick? They had the C's because he's a Crip. He does double C's and stuff like that. They don't use the B's that much. They use C's. So that's the strength and the power of this story that I'm trying to convey. I'm trying to convey something of worth, of great might, great power, that stirs the soul, that gets the mind going, gets the wheels turning. I want that to happen. I want you to read the story. And if you have the chance, if you also would like to, you can read the previous story. I got a silver medal for this. I came in second place in what was called the Fair Winds Challenge. And that was about the same characters but with different events. And you'll be able to see the interaction between Rear Admiral Carr and then he was Captain Carr, and she was Commander Vereen. So I really would, I just challenge you, quote unquote challenge you to read this story and to share it with everybody that you know, share it with all your friends, share it with your followers, share it with people that you haven't spoken to for 5 years, and then be like, hey, thanks for that story, I appreciate it. Now we can be friends again or something like that. That'd be cool. But I'm definitely looking forward to the day that all this occurs, because that could be very beneficial to me. So I'm just looking it up right now. So this is what it is. I'm gonna read an excerpt. Vessel Control Part 2, Dark Era. The light slowly faded on the gray hairs and black skin of Rear Admiral Rodney Carr. He donned a full-dress uniform. He walked along the corridors of the ship and saw the rest of the fleet passing by underneath him. He smiled. Captain Melita Vrain looked at him. It was a look of respect, understanding, and truth. She approached him where he sat alone in the spacecraft Diamond Cutter. "Sir, your food's going to get cold," she said with a knowing smirk and a wink. He waved away the captain. She looked down and up again. "Sir, if you don't want to eat, you don't have to, but I wanted that giant. I wanted Jupiter. But even getting near it would have meant being sucked in and crushed like a soda can. I would have never wiped out an entire fleet for a go around with that gas orb. You know that." Melita smiled. "Yes, Rod, I did. You knew that. We have prepared for you a meal to commemorate your 35 years of service. Yes, I know. You all didn't want to surprise an old man. That's wise. I'll be there in a minute. I just want to enjoy this moment." See, we have 0 people. I knew it was going to go down to 0, but that's all right. "Yes, sir." Melita performed an about face and headed towards the mess hall. Carr sighed and it relaxed. He looked at the burning balls of gas that must have died eons ago but now became visible. His uniform consisted of a white jacket and trousers. The colors of his ribbons displayed on his chest looked like light waves striking water and oil swirling on the street. He missed the earth. He knew what he would have never commanded another mission there again. He could deal with that, he asserted to himself. Once he entered the mess hall, every rank from enlisted to officer shot to his or her feet. "Please be seated," Admiral Carr said but instead they stood and applauded him. Some faces streaked with tears, others beamed with quiet admiration. Have a seat, Carr commanded as he strolled into the hall. The room found their seats. A microphone attached to his uniform allowed the man to speak. He walked. "I don't know how you thought about giving me my favorite meal, freeze-dried ice cream and wine from a plastic container." Laughs and whoops arose after he said these words. "Anyway, thank you." He shielded his eyes with the opposite hand. "I see Captain Adela Ames and Commander Lisa Nix." The 2 women stood at the position of attention. "Go ahead and sit. We sure have had our times out here in the Black Wonder." The 2 women smiled and sat. "Anyway, this is all excellent what you've done. I wish to thank you all again. I wouldn't be the man I am without acknowledging every one of you and saluting you all for putting your trust in me all these years. I'm not going to get sappy on you. You deserve more than that. I appreciate everything. Thank you once more." Carr then moved towards the exit to thunderous applause and continued out of the hatch and entered into the passageway. Everyone seemed perplexed, stunned. Murmurs turned to shouts for the now absent leader of the ship. People began making their way towards the hatch. Like metal shavings attracted to a magnet, they began to cling together further near the exit. In the clamor, Captain Melita stored order. She spoke into her own microphone. "Attention!" Everyone turned to ice. "We will not make this evening honoring a man of Admiral Carr's stature to be interrupted by rumblings of displeasure. I will go to him. Sit, eat, as you were." Melita ran through the hall and opened the hatch. Carr had already stripped down to his skivvies. His gray Caesar haircut reflected off the lights as he continued to take off articles of clothing, this time his shirt. "Sir, Rodney." "Don't mind me, Melita. I'm just doing what I gotta do. Isn't that what you young people say?" he asked with a grin. His words dripped with sincerity and a bit of contempt. "What are you doing?" "I'm going out as I like." And that's where I'm going to end it. It's got 2 people in here. I'm not mad. You just have to see what happens next. I just gave you a little piece, a little bit of just a little bite. You can chew over. I hope you enjoyed that. And make sure you tell everybody. Everyone's got to know. It's really a popularity contest. That's what it is. If I were to get 1 million, people that came in and read the story, that it would win. It would be number one. It'd be the goal. That I understand. It may not be, but I think they would understand that the best ideas and the best thoughts to come from a story and to reach 1 million or more, they would have to understand that and say, hey, this is probably pretty good. I mean, is it good because it has 1 million views or reads, or does it have 1 million reads because it's good? That's the question we have to ask ourselves. I want the latter. I want to have 1 million reads because it's of quality, it's of excellence. That's what I want. So I do appreciate this one person in here, one person viewing. I know you can't see my mouth move or my eyes blink, which is a good thing for me, but I appreciate you for being in here anyway. So that's always a plus for me to better understand myself. So it's very rewarding. It's a rewarding experience to be able to write how I write, what I write, when I write, and it's a beautiful thing. Completely, it's completely wonderful. It's something that I enjoy tremendously, and we have to vouch for that. We have to vouch for all these different sites that are paying you money for what you do. I mean, there's these yachts, these huge yachts, like on YouTube, like Mr. Beast and stuff like that. These gigantic skyscrapers of people that are reaching out to different people and have views in the hundreds of billions and stuff like that, or at least the tens of billions, and subscribers. I think in the hundreds of millions. I think he has over 100 million subscribers. Let me check. I think Mr. Beast has over 100 million subscribers. I think that's true. I'm gonna look for it right now. I'm looking for it right now because I don't think Mr. Beast. He has 309 million subscribers. I don't think I've seen one of a full. I don't think I've seen a full episode of one of his works. But I'm just enthralled about that. That's what makes me continue. There's 3 people in here, so 3 people. If you haven't heard yet, I have a story called Vessel Control Part 2. If you put in Part 2, it's better after Vessel Control because it goes directly to it. If you search that on Google. Part 2. And it's II, not the numerical version of 2. So we have to evaluate that. We have to contend with that and appreciate it. I definitely appreciate it because I have made over $1,000 on YouTube and over $1,000 on Vocal. And I'm looking for more sites where I can make $1,000, and I've never paid one tax whatsoever on any of them because they did not reach $600 in a full year. I had multiple years spaced out since 2017 and the last year behind that. Thank you, Riles, for that like. I appreciate it, sir. Thank you, and make sure you stick around and check out my story. Vessel Control Part 2. I. I'd appreciate it. Thank you. He's got the fire emojis. He might have read it. I don't know. Tell me if you did read it. I appreciate it. and let other people know that you read it and you said it was the best story I've ever read. I would like to hear that, but it's the best story I've written. That's the most important. It's more than saying it's the best story of all time or something like that. It's the best story I've written. I can do this. I am in control of this story. So I'm just ecstatic. I'm just in a state of wonderment regarding my ability to convey a message, to talk, to say to people. Somebody just came in the room. Whoever you are, give a thumbs up and listen to this. Go to google.com, search BESSEL space CONTROL space PART space II. And you'll go straight to my site. You go vessel control part 2, and it'll be something that's going to be very beneficial to you to read, because I think it is my greatest work so far. Everybody says that. Oh, it's my best work ever. Oh my God. But I really do think it is. I mean, I had to touch it up. I still have to touch up some parts, I think. But for the most part, it's definitely locked in to what we're supposed to be handling. So I definitely appreciate that. Definitely appreciate the support, and the hate. I thank you for the hate. I need the hate. I need that, because you're gonna give me a viewership. You're gonna give me a readership. That's all that matters. So I mean, it's not all that matters, but you know what I mean. It becomes a great deal of importance when it's you. And I have to give it up for Kurt DZ. If you have any issues with getting an image done, just be specific and to the point, and all he does the rest. His name is Kurt DZ. It's let me make sure I got the right. Oh my God. Hold on. Let me make sure I got the right one. Designed by DZ at gmail.com. That's DESIGNBYDZ at gmail.com. Check him out. It's usually the first swing, and he hits it out of the park. He has options that sometimes let you choose, but this time he just amazed me. It's so detailed and brings you into the story. It makes you wonder, well, what is this about? What's going on here? What's happening here? And of course, you have my handles. You go to X at Skylerize, SKYLERIZED. My Instagram is at Skylerize as well, SKYLERIZED. And my Facebook is Skyler Saunders, SKYLER space SAUNDERS. So I would definitely appreciate all of that. I would appreciate every amount of readership, based on it. I'm doing all that I can. That's the beauty of the site. It's like, hey, we'll give you the tools, but you got to use the tools. We'll give you the space for you to have an image. You have different capabilities to enhance it. You can have different pictures and images. You can have audio. You can have all these different things to enhance your story. Most of the time, I don't use them. I have used them in the past. In the past story, Vessel Control, I used images besides just the top image. But they set you up for success. Like I said, I made over $1,000 with them. I've had a bronze and 2 silver. The bronze was worth $250, and the silvers were each worth $500. So do the math, $1,250. Plus I have tips, and plus I have reads. So there's just multiple avenues for creating wealth on these sites. You just have to do it. You just put in the work and do it. And at first I was very wary. I was like, I'm not going to do that. I'll never win a contest, and I haven't won yet. I placed. This is the what I want to be the first winner. I want to be the gold, and it's stiff competition because I've noticed that I was never even a runner up. They've changed the format. They used to do, bronze, silver, gold, and now they do runner up, silver, and gold. They do like 4 or 5 or maybe more runners up, and that's how that goes. Okay. Raul says, just made an account. Is there a referral code? You made an account on Vocal? On Vocal.media? I don't think they have referral. If you're on Vocal.media. Is that what you're talking about, Raul? You're talking about Vocal.media, Raul? Is that what you're talking about? Okay, you meant to say yes, sir. Okay. Yes, sir. Yeah, so I don't think there is. Not that I know of. I can look for it, but so it's just multiple. There's multiple areas, but I don't think they have a referral. I'm gonna make sure. Let me make 100% sure. I don't think so though. Nope, it doesn't look like it. I'm not seeing it, Ross. I'm not seeing it. Yes, my bad. It looks like a solid aggregator for real. Yeah, it is. It definitely is an aggregator. And it's quiet. Nobody talks about Vocal. Everybody talks about Medium, Medium, Medium. Medium's cool. And I got paid a little bit of money here and there. But it wasn't like the money that I was getting from Vocal. And I still might go back to Medium one day, one of these days. I might go to Medium. But that doesn't seem like a day that's too close. I really like Vocal. Vocal has the most streamlined, clean, very professional looking kind of layout. And they have so many communities. They have everything from fiction to art to music to travel to pet life to writers to the blockchain, alcohol drinkers, horror stories, history, science fiction. It's a wonderful site. I am not getting a check for them based on promoting their site, but I have to vouch for it and say just to be honest that it's a great site. If you want to make some money, if you want to have quality work done. Because I think this is on the Vanguard. This is on the Vanguard like YouTube. YouTube, I haven't gotten any money from them, but I've gotten, views and I've gotten subscribers from them. So it's a beautiful situation. But everybody knows YouTube. YouTube was on the cover of goddamn Time magazine in 2006. Or was it 2000? Was it? Yeah, I think it was 2006. Time. Person of the year, you. It says you. That's the funniest thing. I'm going to explain it. You was the official choice for Time's Person of the Year in 2006. The magazine set out to recognize the millions of people who anonymously contributed user-generated content to websites such as YouTube, MySpace, Facebook, Wikipedia, and other wikis, and the multitudes of other websites featuring user contribution. So, out of those, what is that? About 4 or 5. MySpace is the only one that had like the back seat. I'm gonna go to MySpace real quick. Let me see what pops up. I'm gonna look at it real quick. They're mainly focused on music. That's they changed their whole platform. They changed their in movies, music and movies. They switched up their whole entire um, layout and what they're about. So I'm just, I'm really excited. So Riles, if you're still on here, if still in the room, go to Vessel Control Part 2, and that's II. All you have to do is put in Vessel Control Part 2, and you'll get to it. That is what is driving me. That is what's giving me life right now. This story. I've been trying to, give it its own life, through sharing it with everybody. I've gotten, great reviews from it. Now I just need the money. I'm telling you, it's all about the money. It's all about the money, Yeah, this is what it's all about. It was issued on December 25th, 2006. You were the Time magazine person of the year. It's pretty amazing, I think. I think it's beautiful. It's a beautiful situation. I'm gonna look at and see how much money I made via this story. And I just gave you a little piece, just a little tiny piece, and that's definitely gonna be something that's gonna be very powerful, I think, and very successful. I'm already experiencing success. That's what's so great. That's what's so wonderful. I'll be looking for you, Rouse. Rouse, tell me your handle on Vocal. What is your screen name? So just keep your eyes peeled, as the cliche goes. I would definitely look for this, but this is like almost like a throwaway. I'm gonna keep it, but this is kind of like how I want it to be. Just my voice, just the radio. It doesn't even have to be, I get dressed up for it because it's video, but I just want it to be radio necessarily. The theater of the mind. That's why I give you a piece of the story. You can see what's going on in this story. You see what's happening. And what I think is so amazing is the difference between what one brain sees in the story and another brain sees in the story. That's what's beautiful to me. Somebody's own intentions and ideas and their background and their past all wrapped up into when they meet this story, what it all means. That's important. So hey, I'd like to thank everybody that came in here. Ebony, Ernest, Riles, thank you all. I appreciate it. You made my views go up a little bit more than usual. So I definitely agree with that. Thank you very much for that. And I will see you sometime tomorrow, probably in the evening, maybe early in the day. I'm gonna have to choose one or the other, or maybe I could do 2 shows. I don't know. Maybe when the technicality, is right. But I do appreciate you all, and I will see you at a later date. Thank you very much. Take care.